This week's question comes from a user that wants to know if it's bad, quote unquote, to not have any planets in a certain house in their chart. And I've answered this question in different ways in other places, but I just think it's really important to reiterate two things. One, nothing's bad. I mean, there's things that are like, ooh, that's not the greatest. I wouldn't buy it if I had the choice, but we can work with everything in astrology. It's not bad if you don't have planets in a certain house. Two, it's impossible to have planets in every single house in your chart. There's 12 houses. There's only 10 planets in the modern system, only 7 planets in the traditional system, plus like North Node, South Node, and then we can throw in asteroids and things, but still most people are going to have empty houses, what we call empty houses. And that just means that there's no planets in that part of your chart. It doesn't mean that that part of your life is inactive. It might not be the most active part of your life, but I don't know, like there's a lot that goes on in my life in regards to an area of my chart that I've got no planets in. And this is why. The planet that rules the house that has nothing in it is the planet that will tell you all about that part of your chart. So say you've got Cancer in the 9th house, but you've got nothing in Cancer. That means technically your 9th house is empty, or Cancer in your chart is empty. So what do? Does it mean that you don't have any relationship to spirituality or education or higher learning or travel or publishing or No. It means that your moon, if Cancer is the sign that's in your 9th house, it means the planet that rules that sign, in this case, the moon, would be your ticket to understanding this area of your chart. So say that Cancer is your 9th house, and say your moon is in Leo in the 10th house. That would make your moon angular. That would make your moon really high up. That would make your moon very prominent. That would make teaching and religion and or spirituality and or academia and or law and or 9th house subjects really prominent in your life. Why? Because the ruler of that part of your chart is really prominent because it's in what we call an angular house. It's in the 10th house. It's in a part of your chart that's really visible. It's in a part of your chart that's really public. It's in your part of your chart that's really dominant. Do you see what I mean? It all depends on where the planet is that rules the part of your chart you're wondering about. And there's a planet that rules every single sign. So every single part of your chart is ruled by the planet that rules the sign that's in it. So even if you have 4 planets in Capricorn and they're all in your 4th house, Saturn still rules all of that. And say Saturn is in Aquarius, it means that all of the 4th house themes in your chart get pulled into the 5th house. It's a little complex of an idea, but basically it's this. Say I own this room that I'm in. This is my room. I own everything in it. I go next door. I still own everything here. I'm just next door. And so everything I own is therefore connected to what I'm doing next door. That's why the ruler of your ascendant, remember the ascendant is the you part of the chart, and it is the only part of the chart that speaks specifically and only about you. The ruler of your ascendant, wherever it is in your chart, becomes so important because it pulls you, the 1st house, the ascendant, into that domain of life. It means that you, the ascendant ruler, that symbolizes your life direction, need to go in the direction of your chart ruler, of your ascendant ruler. So say the ruler of your ascendant is in the 5th house, you've got to do creative work. You've got to do something that feels self-expressive. You've got to do something with children or young people, or something that's about fun and games. A lot of gamers will have like a really prominent 5th house. Gamblers will also have a prominent 5th house. Things that we do for fun. That's what we do in the 5th house. Or sexual health and wellness, or reproductive rights, or something to do with conception, etc., reproductive health, etc. So wherever a planet is, unless it's in its own sign, it's pulling the topics of the houses that it rules into the domain that it resides in. So if your 10th house is Pisces and your Jupiter is in the 3rd house, your 10th house is career. So the ruler of your career, the planet that steers your career, the planet that is in charge of your career, say it's in the 3rd house, well, then you probably should do something that is connected to the 3rd house for your career. Say your 10th house is empty, but it's Pisces. So I go directly to Jupiter and say, okay, well, Jupiter, what's up? I know what kind of planet you are. You want to make the most out of whatever you've got. You want to bring bounty. You want to bring abundance. But where are you? Oh, you're in the 3rd house. Oh, so maybe you should do something with media. Maybe you should be a teacher. Maybe you should write. Maybe you should do something in your local neighborhood. Maybe you should open a business with a sibling. There's a lot of different variations, but we want to look at where the ruler of that house is and what the house topics are. It's deep, but it's also really simple. It's like just a little coding system. Once you understand where the rulers of each house are in your chart and how to bring those meanings together, a lot can open up in your life. My life changed when I finally understood that the ruler of my ascendant was in my 3rd house. I was like, oh, I'm supposed to write. I'm supposed to speak for a living. I'm supposed to teach. I'm supposed to be yakety, 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 yak all the time. It gave me permission. So it doesn't matter if you've I've got 1,000,000 houses without planets in them. I just look to the ruler of the sign that's in that house and I get all the information I need. You can even look at other people in your life through your own chart because they'll be symbolized through the planets that rule the houses that are about your friends or your family or your relationships. It's fascinating. I mean, astrology is so fascinating. So I'm so glad. And it gets better as you get older. It really is one of those art forms, like most art forms, but it really is one of those art forms that you're just like, ooh, it gets more interesting. You live through more transits. You get to live out more of the meanings of your chart because when we're young, we don't have access to the full meaning. As we grow and work through it and figure it out, we're like, oh, I could also do this thing with this setup. All right, keep asking me your questions. I love them. Thank you.